Hello, chosen ones. Today, I want to invite you to reflect on something that many of you may have already felt in your lives: envy. Have you ever noticed how some people seem bothered by your success or the light you radiate? It's as if, by shining, you ignite a flame that reveals not only what is good, but also what is hidden in the shadows. This is a reality that many face, and it is important for us to talk about it. Envy is more than just a simple feeling. It is a negative energy that can have a profound impact on our journey. When someone feels envy toward you, this energy can try to undermine your progress and overshadow your light. It is a challenge that can arise from the most unexpected places, and it can be difficult to deal with. But here's the good news. God is always aware of everything that happens. He not only observes the situations but acts to protect those who are His. Every obstacle you encounter can be transformed into an opportunity for victory if you keep the faith. Throughout this video, we will explore 6 essential aspects of how to deal with negative energies and envy. We will talk about the importance of faith and how the connection with the divine can be your greatest weapon in this fight. You are not alone in this battle. God has already decided who will emerge victorious, and that person is you. Your light is powerful, and even in the face of adversity, it can shine even brighter. Let us together understand how to recognize the subtle attacks that may come disguised as compliments or advice. We will learn to strengthen our connection with God, who is our refuge and protection. The journey may be challenging, but victory is certain for those who trust in the divine plan. Before we continue, I ask that you follow our channel. By subscribing, you join a community of chosen ones seeking spiritual growth and empowerment. Together, we can share this message and help even more people recognize their light and overcome the shadows. So, let's move forward and explore these teachings together. When you are a chosen one, the light you carry is special. This light is not just a metaphor. It represents your energy, your essence, and everything you are. When you shine, this light illuminates not only your path, but also the environment around you. It reveals what is good, but it also exposes what is hidden in the shadows. This can be a challenge, as not everyone is ready to deal with this light. People who are trapped in darkness, who cannot see the beauty of life, or who are struggling with their own insecurities, often feel threatened by your light. Instead of seeking their own transformation and growth, they may try to dim the shine of others. This can happen in various ways. Sometimes it can be through criticism disguised as concern. Other times, it can be through insinuations that try to undermine your confidence. And in more extreme cases, it can even manifest in direct sabotage. It is important to understand that these reactions have nothing to do with you, but with the internal struggle of these people. They may be facing their own battles, and instead of seeking the light, they end up getting lost in the darkness. When you shine, this can serve as a reminder of what they have not yet been able to achieve. And instead of being inspired by you, they may feel threatened and react negatively. But remember, no one can extinguish what God has ignited in you. Your light is unshakable because it does not come from the world, but from the divine purpose that resides in your heart. You were chosen to shine, and this light is a fundamental part of who you are. Do not let the shadows around you diminish your shine. Instead, use this light to illuminate the path even more, not just for yourself, but also for those who are ready to receive it. When you encounter criticism or attempts to destabilize you, it is essential to remain calm and confident in yourself. Remember that your light is a gift, and you should not feel guilty for shining. Instead of allowing negativity to take over, focus on strengthening your connection with God. Prayer, meditation, and reflection can help keep your energy elevated and protect your light. Another way to deal with the shadows is to surround yourself with people who also shine. Positive energy is contagious, and being around people who support and celebrate your light can help neutralize negative influences. These connections can serve as a shield, protecting you from the energies that try to extinguish your shine. It is natural to feel sad or frustrated when someone tries to dim your light. However, it is important to remember that these reactions are more about the other person's internal struggle than about you. When you focus on your own journey and your purpose, it becomes easier to ignore the criticism and attempts to destabilize you. You are here to fulfill a greater purpose, and that is what truly matters. The light you carry is a blessing, and it is your duty to share it with the world. When you shine, you inspire others to do the same. Your light can be the spark that ignites the flame in the life of someone who is lost in darkness. So, do not be afraid to be who you are. Embrace your light and allow it to illuminate your path and the path of others. Remember that the journey may be challenging, but you are not alone. God is always by your side, guiding and protecting you. Trust in your light and know that, regardless of the shadows that may arise, you have the power to shine brightly. Your light is an essential part of the divine plan, and you were chosen to make a difference in this world. Keep shining, and do not let anything or anyone extinguish what God has ignited in you. Envy is a treacherous emotion. Often it does not present itself clearly and directly. Instead, it disguises itself in words that seem harmless, like compliments that actually carry a tone of malice. Sometimes you may hear someone saying something that sounds like a compliment, but upon closer examination, it carries a negative intent. These comments may seem harmless at first glance, but it is important to be aware of what lies behind the words. Furthermore, envy can manifest in advice that, instead of helping, ends up undermining your confidence. For example, someone may suggest that you should not take risks on a new project, or that it might be better not to pursue your dreams. These suggestions may seem like genuine concerns, but they are often reflections of the insecurity of the person making them. They may be trying to protect their own ego by making you doubt your abilities. These subtle attacks can be very destabilizing, especially if you are not attentive. You may begin to feel an invisible weight, a sense of discouragement that you cannot explain. Sometimes this can manifest as sudden doubts about your abilities or your worth. These feelings can be clear signs that negative energies are trying to affect you. It is as if a shadow is trying to infiltrate your light, and you need to be aware of it. Chosen ones, discernment is key. You need to learn to identify these negative energies before they have a chance to affect your state of mind. Pay attention to your emotions and to what the people around you are saying. If something does not feel right, trust your intuition. Often, our heart and mind can alert us to situations that are not healthy. When you start to notice these attacks, it is time to strengthen your connection with God. He is your protection and your shield against any negative influence. Prayer and meditation are powerful tools that can help you stay centered and protected. By connecting with the divine, you don yourself with a spiritual armor that makes you less vulnerable to these energies. Remember that you are not alone on this journey. God is always by your side, guiding and protecting you. When you feel threatened or destabilized, turn to Him. Ask for guidance and strength to deal with the situations that arise in your path. Faith is a powerful ally that can help you overcome any challenge. Additionally, it is important to surround yourself with people who truly support and celebrate your light. Being around positive and encouraging people can help neutralize negative influences. These connections can serve as a constant reminder that you are loved and valued. When you surround yourself with love and support, it becomes easier to ignore the criticism and malicious comments. Finally, remember that envy and negative energies have no power over you unless you allow them to. By strengthening your connection with God and keeping a vigilant eye on the interactions around you, you can protect yourself from these hidden attacks. Your light is strong and unshakable, and you have the power to shine brightly, regardless of the shadows that may try to approach. Trust in your journey and know that, with God by your side, you can overcome any challenge that comes your way. Being the target of envy can be painful, but it is important to understand that this is not a sign of weakness. In fact, it is a sign of strength. When you stand out, when you shine with your unique light, it is natural for some people to feel envy. No one tries to bring down something that has no value. If you are facing attacks, it means you are on the right path, fulfilling your divine purpose. Let's look at some biblical examples that illustrate this truth. Think of Joseph of Egypt. He was betrayed by his own brothers, who sold him as a slave. The betrayal and envy he faced could have been seen as a defeat, but in fact, they were part of a larger plan. Joseph ended up becoming a powerful figure in Egypt, saving not only his family, but also many others from famine. What seemed like a tragic end turned into a great victory. Another example is David, who faced the envy of King Saul. Saul, consumed by insecurity and envy of David's success, tried several times to take his life. But instead of succumbing, David stood firm in his faith and purpose. He not only survived, but became one of the greatest kings of Israel. What seemed like a hopeless struggle was, in fact, a divine test that prepared him for greatness. Chosen ones, it is essential that you see these battles as training for something grand. Every attack you face is an opportunity for growth. God is shaping you, preparing you to endure the greatness that is to come. These difficult experiences are not in vain. They are part of the process of strengthening your character and your faith. When you encounter envy, remember that it is a reflection of the impact you are having on the world. Your light disturbs those who are still struggling to find theirs. Instead of letting it bring you down, use it as motivation to keep moving forward. Every challenge is a chance to draw closer to God and become the person He wants you to be. It is normal to feel discouraged in times of attack, but it is in those moments that you must remember who you are. You are chosen, and your journey is unique. God has a plan for you, and the envy you face is just a part of that plan. Instead of focusing on the difficulties, look at the lessons you can learn from them. Envy can be a test, but it is also an opportunity. It is a chance to show yourself and the world that you are stronger than any attack. Every time you rise after a fall, you become more resilient. Every time you choose faith over despair, you draw closer to your true essence. Remember that you are not alone on this journey. God is by your side, guiding and supporting you every step of the way. Trust the process, and know that even in difficulties, there is a greater purpose at work. Envy may try to divert you from your path, but with faith and determination, you can overcome any obstacle. So, the next time you feel the weight of envy, remember that this is a divine test. You are being shaped for something greater. You are strong, you are capable, and your story is just beginning. God is a keen observer of everything that happens in our lives. He not only sees the difficult situations we face, but also acts in silence, orchestrating justice at the right moment. Often, while we are struggling against adversities, we may feel that we are alone, or that our struggles have no purpose. But it is precisely in those moments that God is working behind the scenes, turning conspiracies and attacks into springboards for our victory. When you encounter people who try to bring you down, or who plot against you, remember that God is aware of all of this. He does not let any attack go to waste. Every difficulty you face is an opportunity to grow and strengthen yourself. These experiences are not just obstacles. They are part of the process of shaping your character and increasing your faith. Chosen ones, it is essential to trust the process. Sometimes it may seem that things are out of control, but God has a plan. When He acts, He exposes the lies surrounding you, unmasks the enemies, and reveals the truth. This may not happen in the way you expect, but divine justice always manifests at the right time. Think about how God can use your struggles to elevate you to a new level. Every challenge you face is a chance to become stronger and wiser. As you overcome these difficulties, you prepare for the blessings that are to come. God is shaping you to be a witness of His greatness, and this can inspire others to also trust in His providence. When you feel attacked, remember that these situations do not define who you are. You are chosen, and your identity is rooted in God. He is by your side, guiding you and protecting you from any negative influence. By trusting in Him, you are clothed in spiritual armor that makes you stronger in the face of adversity. It is also important to maintain a positive and open attitude. When you focus on God's promises and His faithfulness, it becomes easier to see beyond the difficulties. Instead of letting frustration or discouragement take over, seek the peace that comes from trusting in God. He is always working in your favor, even when you cannot see it. Remember that divine action often happens in unexpected ways. Sometimes the answers to your prayers may not come in the form you expect, but that does not mean God is not listening. He may be preparing something much greater than you can imagine. Trust that, at the right moment, everything will fall into place, and you will see God's hand at work in your life. When you encounter envy or attacks, stay calm and remember that God is in control. He is turning every situation into an opportunity for growth and victory. By standing firm in your faith, you become a living testimony of God's power. So the next time you feel like you are fighting against invisible forces, remember that God is by your side, working silently to ensure that you come out victorious. Trust in Him, keep your light shining, and know that regardless of the shadows that may arise, you are chosen and destined to shine. The victory is yours, and God is paving the way for you to achieve it. When it comes to dealing with envy and negative energies, the best defense is not to retaliate or engage in conflicts. Instead, the key is to strengthen your connection with God. When you draw closer to Him, you create a spiritual shield that protects you against the negative influences that may try to affect you. Praying, fasting, and meditating are powerful tools that help build this impenetrable shield. Prayer is a form of direct communication with God. When you pray, you not only express your concerns and fears, but also open your heart to receive guidance and strength. Daily prayer can help you keep your mind focused